Let's talk about this week, shall we? Should we do our normal Friday night thing where we run through the days of the week and how insane politics has become? Should we do that? Relive the chaos like it's some sort of this is your life flavoured anxiety dream? Should we do that? Monday, Sunak decided that he would try to make gains in the election campaign by addressing the cost of living crisis and explaining the national debt to each and every one of us and how serious it is. No, I'm just kidding. He did none of that. Of course he didn't. He put out a press release instead, designed to get everyone worked up over trans rights and criminalising trans women from going to the toilet. Now, a lot of this stuff might sound nonsensical, right? Like, how can you attempt to legislate this stuff and stay within equality legislation and protections? Where is a trans woman then supposed to go to the toilet or to get changed? How is this actually going to work in the real world that you so clearly do not wish to inhabit? Where is an attacked trans woman supposed to go if she is prohibited from setting foot inside a refuge shelter? I wondered. But wonder no more, guys. Because Secretary of State for the Culture Wars, Kemi Badenoch, was on the rounds that morning to answer every single question with a tenacious and steadfast commitment to cretiny. She was, promptly, widely mocked for not really understanding her own policy. Badenoch was last seen sobbing inconsolably, but none of us understand our policies! Tuesday saw Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer go head-to-head in what appeared to be the latest edition of a game show entitled The Week is Long. The week is long, bruv! Most of the UK media, not the newspapers, but the wider broadcast media, most of the UK media agreed with my broader sensibilities about life, love, and the universe, which is none of us are winners here. Even whoever wins it is still a loser, basically. Even if Sunak had won the debate, and then, he goes on to win the election or stand a greater chance of winning the election, what does he actually win? He wins a slightly better shot at staying on as Prime Minister through the most challenging and tumultuous period since the Second World War. He wins the opportunity to stay on Sewage Island for another 5 years with a pissed-off wife who just wants to be in California. I mean, it's no wonder that he appears to be doing everything in his power to fuck it up for himself. Like, if that was the prize, wouldn't you be like, I'm going to see if I can wriggle out of this somehow? Wednesday, the reverberations of Farage's return had begun to grow, hadn't they? And if his, stepping up at the press conference, Richard Tice welcoming him back as Reform leader, if that whole event had been the political earthquake that it was being described as, well, then the Jurassic Park ripples were still being felt the next day, specifically in milkshakes in Clacton-on-Sea. By the time we get to Thursday, what had taken place this week? How had the Tories' election campaign unfolded? Well, Sunak had failed to land any punches in the ITV debate, so said YouGov. He'd been caught out for lying about the £2,000 Labour tax hike figure. Nadine Dorries had gone on the Newsagents podcast and ostensibly called his entire administration disgusting. And he had allowed Reform now to poll neck and neck with the Conservative Party. That's been his week. But that didn't stop him from performing an encore by enraging the flag nonces out there, the Express readers, the Telegraph readers, the people who can't keep their dicks limp for a poppy. enraging them by leaving the D-Day commemorations early so he could fly home in a private helicopter, Natch, in time to film an interview with ITV that is still not scheduled to go out yet for over another week. I mean, at this point, Sunak seems so dead set against winning, doesn't he? He's so committed to pissing off his own side. Now, honestly, I wouldn't rule out that turning up for next week's campaigning appointments, I wouldn't rule out that he turns up for those trans.